Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all have been over the moon because we have done it, Madridistas. Yes, we have done it for the first time. In 3 years we have gone past the round of 16 and we together as a team were able to keep Atalanta at bay. Our team played in unison and when that happens the good results usually follow. The tension levels were high but our coach Zinedine Zidane was absolutely spot on with his tactics. He was spot on with his selection and Real Madrid have given us the pleasure of celebrating a beautiful victory. In this video, we will do the post-match analysis of Real Madrid versus Atalanta. We'll break down the performance of our players, so let's get started. Let's start by having a quick look at the lineup. We went with the 3 centre-back setup. We had Courtois in goal, Ramos, Varane and Nacho as the back 3. Our fullbacks Vasquez and Mendy occupied advanced territories with Kroos, Modric and Valverde in the midfield. And up front, we had Vinicius and Benzema. Before we talk about the game, let's quickly do the shout-outs. Mr. Omar and Mr. Ibrahim predicted 3-1 in favor of Madrid, and I congratulate you for the correct predictions. Anyways, talking about the lineup, the setup was the carbon copy of the setup that we played against Elche, and we had this feeling that Zidane was very likely to go with a back 3 because that was the one setup which provided us good defensive cover. The absence of Casemiro was a major hurdle. Many of us were wondering how the team would do without the presence of Casemiro in the midfield, but Zidane, he put up a tactical masterclass. He was also aided by Ramos in defense, but the midfield was absolutely brilliant in controlling the tempo of the game. Another dilemma that Zidane had was which attacker should he choose. On one hand, he had the dynamic Vinicius. On the other hand, he had the composed Rodrigo. Zidane chose the dynamite Vinicius Jr. and he completely repaid the faith that Zidane showed in him. Atalanta were always going to leave spaces in behind. The circumstances demanded Atalanta got men forward and Vinicius Jr. was absolutely frightening on the counters. The defenders couldn't handle him and we just have to talk about that solo run. Vinicius won the ball in his own half, gets the pass from Mendy, and he went on that beautiful run. He showed his pace, he showed his technique, he did a few step overs, he single-handedly cut open Atalanta. But when he had done all the hard work and he only needed a simple touch to put the ball on target, he puts it wide. And this is the reaction which exactly sums up how we all felt about that miss. All of us, just like Ramos, were in disbelief. How could it be so good and then miss things up with his final touch? But on a positive note, that was one of the best performances from Vinicius. The performance resonates a lot of positivity and he did make up for the miss by winning a penalty for Real Madrid. Moving on, if we talk a bit about the first half, as expected, we saw Atalanta showing more desire in the first 15-20 minutes of the game, and to say the truth, Atalanta had a very bright start to the game. They were pressing Real Madrid very well and Gosens did have a very good chance to open the scores, but after that phase, after Real Madrid had withered the storm, they flicked the switch. They showed some excellent counter-pressing and we saw Real Madrid enjoy more control of the game. We certainly were aided by the goalkeeper of Atalanta. The first goal was a result of Modric pouncing on the error of the goalkeeper. A clearance from the keeper was intercepted by Modric and then he brilliantly burst into the box, sucked in all the defenders and gave a no-look pass to Benzema, who had no trouble extending the lead of Madrid. It was a very important goal to calm down the nerves. The 2-goal cushion definitely made us feel more comfortable and we could feel the positive vibes already after that goal. Here, I would like to talk about the performance of Modric and Kroos and what a game both of them had. We saw that in the absence of Casemiro, both of them had additional defensive responsibilities. Zidane used them as a double pivot and as you can see in the picture, both of them executed Zidane's plan to perfection. Modric especially, he was all over the pitch. Have a look at this picture. Modric was deep in his own half doing the defensive duties and then many a times he used to show that burst of energy and go past the opposition with quite a bit of ease. It was a complete performance from him. And Kroos, well, what do we say about him? He had 105 touches with 93% passing accuracy, but it's important to note that both Kroos and Modric combined had 25 ball recoveries and 9 interceptions, and those stats tell you how important they were from a defensive standpoint. They put in a defensive shift that was required in the absence of Casemiro, and we all have to laud such effort. There was a phase in the first half where the tempo of the game was quick and Madrid were on the receiving end of it. We were not looking comfortable, but then the midfield 3 of Valverde, Kroos and Modric, aided by Mendy and Vasquez, they decided to slow things down a bit. They took the sting out of the game and they played at a pace which suited them perfectly. I think that was the major thing which prevented Atalanta from causing us much damage. They didn't really have a sniff of goal and we had the towering presence of Sergio Ramos. We could see the difference that Ramos brought to the side. He was commanding things from behind, he made some crucial interceptions as well, and we know Ramos is a big game player who knows exactly how to handle the pressure. I was also impressed by the performance of Nacho on the night. It was a cracking performance. He was quick and pacey at times, he made some fantastic runs, he also showed good strength while tackling and winning the ball, and I think he thoroughly deserves the game time that he's getting. He has done a great job whenever he has been called upon, and perhaps Varane was the only person who did look a bit shaky in the back three. He didn't look much comfortable with the ball, and he did have a couple of giveaways which could have proven very costly. Anyways, if we talk about the overall performance of Real Madrid, we can say it was a solid performance. The substitutions as well were very effective on the night. Rodrigo and Asensio, they also had the time to leave a mark on the game. Rodrigo, he too had a mazy run into the penalty box, but just like his Brazilian compatriot, he also was unable to find the finish. But Asensio, he came on, and with probably his first touch, he found the back of the net. That goal certainly cleared all the doubts. We were quite sure that Atalanta had no chance to pull off a comeback from that point, and I think that goal would do a world of good to Asensio. As an attacker of any team, you can go on great dribbles, you can get involved in excellent passage of plays, but we know attackers live by goals, and that would surely boost the confidence of Asensio going forward. So on a whole, if we talk about Real Madrid, we can say that it was a thoroughly professional performance, and I see some of them on the internet saying that Real Madrid weren't that good, but Atalanta made them look good, and I have no idea what kind of an analysis is this. It is our credit that we had the mentality to deliver on the big night. It is our credit that we took charge of the game and scored the crunch goals. It is our credit that we didn't allow Atalanta to have many shots at goal. It is our credit that we have the experience to not crumble under pressure. And lastly, it is our credit that we had the manager that tactically outsmart the opposition. Sometimes you just have to say that Real Madrid was simply good on the night. That was a good performance, and no one has the right to take away any credit from our team. We were simply better than the opposition, and you talk about the circumstances that we had to deal with over the two legs. In the first leg, there were so many injuries. We could literally have a better starting 11 with all the players we had on the sidelines. We still managed a decent result in the away leg. We fought through the hardship, and Zinedine Zidane deserves all the praise for handling the team well. He kept calm in adversity, and in the end, he got us through the round of 16. As for the tactics of Zidane, he has been experimenting with various tactics this season. Some of them are forced due to the absence of key players, but at least he's doing his best to find solutions, and that should be appreciated as well. So that is how things unfolded yesterday, and moving forward, let's see if the team can build on this performance. The victory will give the players a major psychological boost, and if we can take the positives from this match and carry on with the good work in La Liga, we surely can have a strong finish to the season. Moving on, let's hear what Zidane had to say in his post-match press conference. Zidane was delighted with the performance of the players and was particularly delighted with the defensive performance, as he said, "I'm happy for the players who had a good performance from start to finish against a team who demanded a lot from you physically. We needed to defend well and to do the same with the ball. We did that, so we can say that it was a complete performance. They didn't have many chances. They are a team who usually creates so many chances, but we didn't see that tonight. Then, we also had good attacking pieces of play." After saying that, Zidane had some special words of praise for Luka Modric. Modric, as we know, backed the man of the match, and on his performance, Zidane said, "He's so intelligent, he's 35 years old, but he wouldn't know it out on the pitch. If Luka wants to become a coach, he got that in him. He understands football. If he wants to be a coach, he won't have any problems." I love the kind of guy he is. Today playing the double pivot alongside Tony. They have some great chemistry, and that's fantastic for the team. I'm pleased for everyone because we didn't let our guards down from beginning to the end. We were fully focused from the off. Every ball is crucial, and when we play like this, we are tough to beat. Zidane was then asked for his thoughts on the performance of Vinicius and Marco Asensio. He said, "I thought that Vinny did well, particularly in the move in which he won the penalty. We know that when he's on the ball and has space, he can make all the difference with his pace, and that's exactly what he did. He always looks to help the team, and I'm delighted with the penalty he earned because that made us 2-0, and that was important. With Asensio, he was able to go on and score, and that's good for him and for us." Finally, Zidane was asked about the importance of Ramos in the side, to which he replied, "It's not just in this competition, it's every day. He's a leader and an important figure for us. That's not just the case now, he has been here for many years. He's had a fantastic career, and of course, I prefer to have him here on our side." So those are the thoughts of Zinedine Zidane. You heard my thoughts as well on the victory, and now it's your time to showcase your thoughts in the comments below. What impressed you the most about the performance of Real Madrid yesterday? Which player caught your eye? I would be very interested to know. I will see you soon. Till then, take care. Glory to Madrid. And as always, a la Madrid.